Okay. Little you need a little more when South and a petchigia. You can know April Autumn Holly. Holly. I don't know. Level 5 đó bên cuối level 1 cái này bị đó âm nên mà vừa rồi 7 a thi share 7 a thi nào vậy 7 là ai làm một tí giá rồi rồi ấy mà level 5 của như thế đấy so đó intermediate upper intermediate pre intermediate ai lùi anh này phải lo S&P bà đấy but tham trong chapter đấy chapter gì the strong tham trong chapter đi chapter thì nhé plan thì tìm được một tí được chưa tích bản là vô là phải thi chưa introduction cho làm mẹ you know ấy sao mà thằng cô mà first publish လုပ်တာတိလားအဲ့ခုနှစ်ကကျွန်တော်မွေးရခုနှစ်ကအတူတူပဲ chapter 1 the strong the chapter gì vậy at 6:30 on a Friday evening in January Lincoln International Airport was open but it was having serious problems. The airport, together with the whole of the Midwestern United States, had been hit by the worst storm in years. It had already lasted for 3 days. Now troubles like spores on a stick, weakened body were beginning to break out everywhere. အဲ့မှာဟိုဟာ highlight လုပ်ချင်တာလေးရှိပါတယ် highlight လုပ်ချင်တာလေးဒီမုံတိုင်းလို့တော့သိတယ်မုံတိုင်းတိုက်တာကိုမသိပါဘူးဆိုတော့ hit the wall storm hit by the wall storm I like green စိတ်အောင်မလို့စိတ်အောင်ကြိုက်ပြောလို့တော့လိုက်နော်ဆိုတော့ဘယ်ဟာမုံတိုင်းတိုက်ခံရတယ်ဆို hit by the storm လို့ပြောတယ် storm hit by the storm in years it had already lasted for 3 days now troubles like spores on a sick weakened bodies were beginning to break out everywhere ဒီနေရာလေးမှာဒီအဲ့ဟာတိတ်နားမလဲကဒီအပိုက်မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင် the airport together with the whole of Midwestern United States had been hit by the worst storm in years အဲ့ဒါတော့ပုံနဲ့အတိုက်ခံရတာအဲ့ဒါကို HIT hit နဲ့တုံးထားတယ်ပုံနဲ့တိုက်တာကို it had already lasted for 3 days now troubles like spores on the sick weakened bodies were beginning to break up everywhere အဲ့ဒီအကြောင်းရဲ့ grammar ပုံစံကိုသိနားမလဲပါဘူးသူဆိုလိုချင်တာကနားလဲတယ်ဆိုတော့သူကမှောင်နှံတိုက်တယ်လေမှောင်နှံတိုက်တယ်အဲ့မှောင်နှံအဆိုးဆုံးဖြစ်တယ်နောက်အဲ့မှောင်နှံရဲ့ဒီ side effect ကြောင့်မလို့ဘယ်ပြောမလဲနေလို့မကောင်းထိုင်လို့မကောင်းအဲ့လိုတွေဖြစ်နေကြတယ်ပေါ့အဲ့လိုထင်တာပဲsick weekend bodies အဲ့နေရာကိုတိတ်နားမလဲဘူးတစ်ချက်ကျွန်တော်ဆရာကိုပြန်မေးကြည့်လိုက်မယ်မေးပြီးတော့မှနောက်မှပဲပြန်ဖြုံပြမယ်so ဒီအကြောင်းနော်ဒီအကြောင်းအပြရမယ်ခြေထားပါမယ် it's not PPP it's just ပြရI tried carrying 200 dinners was lost in snow some were on the airport service road and so far the research for it had been unsuccessful so 200 euros dinners မဟုတ်လား dinners စားတော့တွေတည်လာတဲ့ကားထင်တယ် so somewhere on an airport service road ဒီကြောင်ဆက်ကြည့်လိုက်မယ်လေနော် dinner ရဲ့အတက်ကိုရတခြားဘာတွေရှိအောင်လဲခဏဒါလေးကိုနည်းနည်းလေးဖယ်လိုက်မယ်ဖယ်လိုက်ပြီးတော့ဒါလေးကို Google Googleအစားဆုံးတော့တကြောင်ချစ်စစ်တလုံးကြီးဆိုမရှင်းတော့ဘူး level 5ဆိုတော့လေဒီဟာလာကြည့်ရဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ဒါရှင်းရမလို့ထင်တာပဲကျွန်တော်ထပ်တော့တော့ပေါ့လို့ဆိုတော့အဆုံးဟာလေးကျွန်တော်ကနေနင်းစားစရာလိုပဲထင်တာပဲ ဘာသိပဲရှိအောင်လဲ Cambridge ကိုကြည့်လိုက်မယ် Cambridge ရောက်တော့မင်းတို့မကြည့်လို့ပို့ဆက်ပြီးဆရာပြောတယ်အဲ့ဒီဝင်တဲ့ချင်းဆရာစွတ်အောင်စီမံတက်လို့ရပါတယ်လို့ The main meat of the day usually the meat That's all mà bằng tên lưu truyền nhé. English outside textbook ဆိုတဲ့ page ကိုတစ်ချက်ကြည့်ကြည့်လို့ရပါတယ် A formal social occasion is an evening in which we start. ဒီကစားကြရပဲတင်နေစားကြရပဲစားကြရပဲစားကြရပါမယ်ဒီမှာပေါ်တူဒီနာဖစ်တနာချက်ပတ်တင်နာ service တင်နာ table Okay so သူစားကြတင်လာတဲ့ကားပေါ့နော်မှတ်သွားတယ်ဆက်ပြီးတော့သွားကြည့်ကြ At least 100 flights were delayed, sent by many hours. Out on the LV, runway 30 was out of use. It was blocked by an aerial Mexican plane which lay sideways across it. The front wheels were stuck in a deep mud which lay under the snow near the edge of the runway. Aerial Mexican had tried hard for 2 hours to move it, but without any success. Now they were asking TWA to help them. The loss of runway 30 made the work of air traffic control even more difficult than usual. With 20 planes waiting to land, they were delaying takeoff. The airfield seemed to be full of waiting planes. Inside the main passenger terminal, too, there were crowds of impatient people waiting beside the piles of luggage. Okay, luggage တွေစုစည်းပြီးတော့အများကြီးတန်းစီရအောင် piles of luggage လို့ပြောတယ်။မြန်မာလိုပြောတာ luggage တွေအများကြီးပဲစုပေါင်းတာပဲ piles of luggage. Even the large notice on the roof of the terminal Lincoln International Airport was hidden by the snow. Mill Bakersfield was advised that the airport would stay open. Mill was the airport general manager. He was a tall, powerful man. At the moment, he was standing by the snow control desk, high in the control tower. Usually, you could see the whole airport from here. Only air traffic control had a better view. Tonight, you could see only a few lights. There was an unusually hot winter. The storm had started 5 days ago in the Colorado Mountains and then swept across a large part of the United States. Storm မောင်နှင်းဖြတ်သွားတာကို swept across ဆိုပြီးပြောသွားတယ်နော် The storm swept across မောင်နှင်းနေဝင်ပြီးတော့တိုက်ပြီးဖြတ်သွားအဲ့ဒါ swept across ဒါလှဲသွားတာကိုပြောမောင်နှင်းလူတွေကိုလှဲသွားမောင်နှင်းအိမ်တွေလှဲသွားဆိုတော့ sweep as per EEP ကနေပြီး swept ဖြစ်သွားတယ် It was strong winds, freezing cold and heavy snow. Maintenance men with snowplows were clearing the snow as it fell, but by now many of them were terribly tired. The storm seemed to be winning. Maintenance man ကကြတော့ဟိုလိုမျိုး maintenance man ပဲပေါ့အခုကိုပြုပြင်ထိန်းသိမ်းတဲ့အဖွဲ့ပေါ့အဲ့သူတို့တွေကဒီ snow with snowplows ကိုမသိဘူး snowplows က snow ကျုံတဲ့ဟိုကိုင်းတွေနဲ့တူတယ်တစ်ချက်ကြည့်လိုက်မယ် SNOWPLOUGHS 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 So a vehicle device for removing snow from roads away with ဟုတ်တယ်ခင်းတဲ့အတိုင်းဟိုကိုင်းကြီးအဲ့တော့ snow အောက်လို့ပြောတယ်အတန်တစ်ချက်ပြပေးမယ်အတန်လေးနဲ့ဆိုပုံမှတ်လို့တယ်ဘယ်လိုချို့တိပြနေတိပြမှာပါ
Snowplow, snowplow.
Snowplow, snowplow.
snowplow There's no maintenance men with snow plows were clearing the snow as it fell, but by now many of them were terribly tired. The storm seemed to be waning. Danny Farrell was at the snow control desk, talking to the maintenance snow center by radiophone. We're losing ground. I need 6 more snowplows out there. အဲ့မှာဆိုလေအတောင်းလေးရမိုက်တယ်နော် We are losing ground and we are losing ground ရဲ့အတိတ်ပဲကိုချက်ချစ်ချစ်ရအောင်တိပိသားဆိုလို့ရှိရင် over ချက်ရမှာနော်မှာပြီးတော့လုပ်နေတယ် We are losing ground อืม We are losing ground ဆိုသူမနိုင်တော့တဲ့အတိတ်ပဲပဲဒါပေမဲ့လို့သူရဲ့ဘယ်လိုပြောမလဲခက်မှန်းတာတော့ရပါမယ်ဒီစကလုံးလို့အဲ့လိုရှာလိုက်တာကိုအဆင်ပြေတယ် To move back or away as from something difficult, dangerous, or discreet. We need a new strategy because we need losing ground to the other team. Oh, that's for so the cool ခက်ခဲတဲ့အရာအနေရှိတဲ့အရာကိုတခုတူတဲ့အရာကနေပြီးတော့တဖြည်းဖြည်းရှုံးလာတဲ့သဘောပေါ့နော် move back or away တဖြည်းဖြည်းလွဲချော်လာကိုတူလိုချင်တဲ့ target ကနေလွဲသွားတာကို we are losing ground လို့ပြောတာကို we are losing ground I need 6 more snowplows out there oh sure angry voice oh sure an angry voice sorry an angry voice replied 6 more 6 more snowplows and why do you think they're going to come from any more stupid ideas? We sent 4 plows out to find that track, Danny said. If they haven't found it yet, they will just have to try harder. An explosion of anger came over the radiophone in reply. Mel knew how easily cables were lost and at these conditions. These men were highly trained and they were working as hard as they could. The maintenance man's voice came on the phone again. We are worried about the track too, Danny. The driver could freeze to death. He would die of hunger if he has any sense. This such will block the service roads, Danny told Mill. He would get plenty of complaints about it. I know, Mill said. Every managers were used to complaints. The most important thing was to save the life of the driver. For a moment, he wished that he could sit down and help Danny. Mill needed action. The cold weather was making his bed full, and all were warm from Korean egg. Then he realized that Danny could walk better on his own. He telephoned air traffic control. Any progress on the area Mexican plane? Not yet, Mr. Bakersfield. Is the runway still blocked? Yes. This airport needs more runways, Mel thought. This proves it. The trouble was there was plenty of people who disagreed with him and they were more powerful than he was. You know, it's usual, 对吧？တခါလေကျအပွားလူတွေကလေအောက်ကဘာဖြစ်နေလဲမသိပဲနဲ့အဲ့လိုလုံးလုံးနေကြ it's usual. Another thing he was told, as runway 30 is blocked, planes were taken off over Middlewood. The complaints have started coming in already. Oh no! complaint တက်တာ came in နဲ့သုံးတယ်နော် complaint ဝင်လာတယ်လို့ပြောတယ် Oh no, Mel said. He was tired of hearing complaints from the people who lived in Millwood. The airport had been built long before the houses, but they never seemed to stop complaining about the noise. As a result, the runway nearest to Middlewood was used only under special conditions. On occasions when it had to be used, pilots were told to reduce the noise made by the engines on takeoff. It was possible to do this, but most pilots considered it to be foolish and dangerous and hated being told to do it. In any case, it had not stopped the complaints from Middlewood. So ဟုတ်တော့လဲဟုတ်ပါတယ်ဘယ်လိုပြောမလဲလေမောင်းတာအနေများတဲ့အလုပ်ကိုလုပ်တာဟိုဟာ queue site ဒီဟာ queue site ကြောက်တော့မပြောတတ်ပါဘူးသူ့နေသူ့နေပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့လူနေတော့လဲလူနေလို့ပေါ့ How many complaints have there been? Mel asked. At least 50. Don't they know they're strong and we have a runway on fuse? We try to tell them, but they don't want to listen. I hear they're holding a meeting tonight to decide what to do next. More trouble, Mel thought. He asked, Is my brother on duty tonight? Yes. Mel's brother, Kate, worked in air traffic control. Is he alright? Does he seem nervous? The other man paused before he replied. Yes, he does more than usual. I wish I could tell him to rest, but we're short of men already. I know. Recently, May had been very worried about Kite. He put the phone down. Phone Charlie put down in the line. He put the phone down and thought again about a note he had received 15 minutes before. It was from Tanya Livingston. She worked for Transamerica as the passenger relations agent and was a special friend of Mills. The note warned him that the airline snow committee led by Captain Vano Demarest was going to blame Mill for the many flight delays. They were going to attack him for what they believed was bad management. Yeah, အဲ့ကြောင့်မို့ management ဆိုပြီးတိတ်အထင်မကြီးကြပါနဲ့ management ဆိုတာဒီ complaint ဖြေရှင်းတာပါပဲ Captain Barnard Demarest was one of Transamerica's most experienced pilots. He was married to Mill's sister Sarah. The Bakerfields were a real affectionate family, but even with his family connection, Mill and Barnard were not friendly with one another. Recently, they had exchanged angry words at an important meeting, and Mill felt that the critical report was a direct result of this. He was not really worried because he knew that he was doing everything he could to run the airport well. It was unpleasant to be criticized, but his consciousness was clear. Tanya ended her note by inviting him to have a cup of tea with her when he had time. Will decided he had time now. He always enjoyed talking to Tanya. ကလေးကတော့ airport ရဲ့ chapter 1နဲ့ဖြစ်ပါတယ် chapter 2ကိုနောက်တစ်ခါကျရင်ပြန်တွေ့ပါမယ်ဆိုတော့ bye bye ပါ